Hi, Justin. My name is Venetia.
Hi.
Hi, my agency is Arizona State University. And before we get started, I just want to let you know anything that we talk about stays within the agency unless you're discussing or unless we're talking about like you wanting to harm yourself or others, then I would be obligated to report that, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, how can I help you today?
Well, this semester was interesting because this is one of well, not the first time, but the first time they really um, just got me focused on self care, and I really didn't do a good job at it. I have a really hard time with a busy schedule, just um, focusing on taking care of myself and trying to fit everything in alongside of that.
Mm, okay. So I hear you talking about self-care and how it was difficult for you to incorporate that into your regimen. Um, can you elaborate on that for me a little bit?
Yeah, well, basically, at the beginning of the semester one of my classes, I set up a plan, self-care plan, where I would work out to 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 times a week, 1 to 3 times a week, something like that.
Okay.
And um, I only I started working okay on that plan in the beginning of the semester, but then it trickled down to like 1 to 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and sometimes not even at all,
Okay.
or it wouldn't work out at all. And I initially wrote that self care plan because I know exercise helps me and it helps release stress and give you energy to do projects with school and work and all that. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, on this plan that you developed for previous semesters, was there anything else on the plan outside of exercise?
No, it was just exercise.
Just exercise? Okay. Right. So tell me what it would look like if you were to incorporate this self-care plan into your daily activities. What would a typical day look like for you?
Just get up. I usually do it like after I get off school, so or in the afternoon or at night. Um, I would go to school during the day and then come home and either work out at um, in the afternoon or at night and just do some cardio, get some blood flowing, and uh, yeah.
Okay. So why do you think this semester has been more challenging to include that than other semesters?
Probably because this is first internship semester,
Okay.
or it's first one with the internship, so I'm trying to compartmentalize different things, and it was kind of hard, and then I kind of gave up.
Okay.
um, so with that, like there were times where I did do it and did incorporate it into my schedule, but other times I would just be lazy or too tired, I guess, not
Yeah,
to
you
do
have a
it.
lot going on.
hmm
So I could just, I could only imagine what a typical day for you would look like, and then trying to include that extra stuff in there. It's probably pretty difficult. And it's important that you take care of yourself, especially when you do have so many different things going on. Um, if you could tell me what you wanted things to look like, what would that be?
I would want to have more of a scheduled pattern in my week routine where I
Okay.
could put the exercise in there and not be too tired to like get it in.
Okay. And I heard you say some really good things, some really great things that not a lot of people can do. You said you developed this plan, and not a whole lot of people can do that. And I think that's a great strength to have to be able to map out your day and to be able to include things like that. Is that something that you can still do?
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
So if we were to create this plan for a day, how would your day look?
Um, Probably get up, go to school, uh, or internship, either one, which say it follows, and then come home and rest for a little bit, and then get ready to go to the gym and go work out for half an hour or an hour.
Okay, okay. So I know you said this was your first internship. Has there ever been a time when you had additional responsibilities included in your day, but you were still able to take care of yourself?
Mhm.
Okay. And what's the difference between that and this?
Um, well, I recently got married, so
Congratulations.
thank you. Um, Before that, I had a lot more flexibility in my schedule.
Okay.
Not that marriage is bad; it just kind of changes the structure of things. Um, and just been either doing more housework or hanging out with my wife. And the funny thing is, she works out a lot more than me.
Really? Okay.
um, so we'll have to work on that, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a great support system. You got people there to support you. You know what you need to do. You know how important it is to take care of yourself. You're able to develop that plan. So, like we talked about earlier, those are some really, really great strengths to have. Um, what could we do for you to where when you left here, you say, I'm really glad that I went there. I'm really glad that I sat down and I talked to Venetia. What could we do here today that could help you to say that once you left?
Um, that's a good question. I think, I guess, develop a plan
Okay,
for the summer when I'm not in school and I'll have more free time.
so that's a great start. So we can definitely work on developing a plan for you. Now I know summer is coming, but what about when the semester starts again?
Mm,
So we definitely want to
that's
make sure
where,
that
yeah, that's where it hits.
yeah, we focus on that problem area. Um, let's say you had a friend that came to you with this same problem. What advice would you give them for self-care?
I would just give them the advice that like you'll feel better doing it
Okay.
than not doing it, and it always it feels like in the moment where you're wondering if you're tired and you want to go to the gym or you don't want to go to the gym rather. Um, it always feels like a tug to get you there, but once you get there and get the momentum, you feel better.
Absolutely, absolutely. Have you spoken to your spouse about the way that you feel?
Mhm.
And what was her response?
Um, she understands, but she still encourages me to work out.
Is there anything that you would like for her to do for additional support, or is she providing you with that support?
She's doing a good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really good. So we've identified that you have a great support system. You know that it'll make you feel better. What's holding you back?
I don't know.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Um,
Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we don't know. Um, but I think that with you knowing how important it is, if we develop that plan, it'll help. It kind of helps to have something visual for you to look at, something that you know where you can see it every day. Hey, Monday, I need to do this, 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 and this. And a lot of times you will feel better, especially that you've accomplished everything in your plan for that day. Um, for next semester, will you also be interning?
yes.
Okay. Is it going to be at the same agency?
Yeah, different location, but same agency.
Okay. And when you go to school, do you go to school first and then you go to the agency? Or is it?
It's every other day. So school, school, and then agency, agency,
Okay,
or other way, but
so you don't do both on the
no.
same day. So that's great. So it sounds like you should have some additional free time, if I'm not misunderstanding what you're
No,
saying.
no, you're right.
Okay, so what about on those days where you don't have to, let's say you just go to your internship? Are you able to go to the gym after that instead of going home, just go directly to the gym? Is that something that you can do, or
Yeah, I can do that.
maybe have your spouse meet you? Does that sound like a plan?
Well, she works till 6, so
Oh, okay.
sometimes like she has a trainer, so she'll go, and then I'll go and work out myself, and then we'll meet up at the end.
Okay. Is
So
it possible for you guys to work out together? I know she has a trainer, but sometimes when you have that additional support there with you, it makes it a lot easier. Is that something that you guys can do together? Okay. So we've identified that, if you guys go together, that might be useful. What else would you like to include in this plan?
eating healthier.
Okay. Okay. Well, how do you eat right now?
I eat okay. I just eat a lot of like unhealthy food sometimes. Not a lot, but well, yeah, a lot.
When you say eating healthier, what would that consist of? What would you eat?
Not eating out so much. Eating at home, so cook healthier meals. Not eating so much fatty foods.
Okay.
So
So maybe you guys could develop a grocery list at the beginning of the week, to put those healthy foods on there and just kind of stick to that. Is that something that you guys would consider? Okay. Alrighty. And what else would you like to see different happen in your life?
I think I would want to see just more consistent exercise happen.
Okay.
So, like to lose weight or just be more in shape.
Okay. Is losing weight a goal of yours? What would motivate you to lose weight?
I don't know. In the past, I was training for a marathon, and it was no problem to keep my weight down.
Okay.
But now that I was injured several years ago, and I just kind of fell away when I was injured.
Okay. Do you feel like that's something that's holding you back from working out as much as you'd like to?
No, because when I work out, unless I run, if I can do anything else, it feels fine.
Okay.
So it's not a hindrance,
Okay.
But it's still, I guess it's still like, feels like I wish I could do more at the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all feel that way sometimes. So I completely understand that. What I would like to do is set up that plan where we can send you home, have you develop that grocery list of healthy foods. Try it for a week. See if it's something that you can stick to. Just find the foods that you would like to see yourself eating. And then also, let's try to incorporate exercise and start small. Um, whatever you want your plan to look like. Um, let's start small, create that, put it on the refrigerator so you have a visual of the goals that you want to accomplish. I think that that's something that would be useful. How do you feel about that?
That feels great.
Okay. Do you think that that's something that you'd be willing to do, willing to try? Okay. All right. And I definitely think that it would also be useful for you to just kind of talk over with your spouse how you're feeling. And I know you've already had this conversation, but just maybe kind of reiterate the additional support that you'll need in order to take care of yourself. Because as a student, as an intern, and then later going into the field that you're going to end up in, you definitely want to make sure that you keep that in the back of your mind.
Mhm.
So we definitely want to make sure that we get that taken care of, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about today?
No, I'm good.
All right, Justin. Well, next time, okay? See
All
you
right.
next time. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.